All right, good morning, everyone. I want to welcome you to the Committee on Commerce on this beautiful Tuesday morning, another below zero morning at my place. Do we have a motion to go into executive session? And we have a motion from Senator Murphy, a second from Senator Fenton. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, very good. We've got some bills to talk about. Some of these are pretty straightforward, and others might require a little more discussion. But we'll start with a really easy one, and that is Senate Bill 509. Senate Bill 509, as you see on your sheet, prevented municipalities from limiting dead-end road length. We passed a similar bill, my bill, Senate Bill 564, that does exactly the same thing. And we've already done that one. So I'm going to make a motion of interest expedient to legislate on Senate Bill 509.
Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right,
Move consent.
I'll second that. All in favor of consent, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? And Aaron, I'll take that one out. Okay, thank you. All right, Senate Bill 655, we're going to hold for at least another week. There's an amendment being worked on, and the Labor Commission is reviewing the amendment at this point. If they're okay with it, then we'll be able to bring it forward either on the 10th or the 17th. But for today, that one's going to sit. All right. Senate Bill 669. This had to do with on-premises licenses for barbershops and salons. We had some pretty good discussion on that. And as I understand, Senator Murphy, you may have an amendment to this.
I do.
All right. Do you want to make a motion on the underlying bill first?
I've got to move all to pass from the bill.
Second that. All right. Your amendment, sir.
Could I move amendment 0993S
Okay.
for discussion purposes? I do have a further committee amendment beyond this to propose after this. I got this amendment copy this morning, so I didn't have a lot of time to read it before bringing it in today. But the bill as submitted does not accomplish the goal of the sponsor. The goal of the sponsor was to raise the fee from $100 to $480, but in so doing, allow the stylist or barbershop to sell a drink as opposed to giving away the drink. And the bill as submitted did not accomplish that goal. And so I was also concerned because the bill as drafted would basically have raised the fee for every barbershop and salon that does this from $100 to $480. And most barbershops aren't going to start selling alcohol. This is to help one or two places around the state that may choose to do that. So it would have raised the fee for everybody. So what this amendment does is that it breaks it down into a tier 1 license, which keeps the existing status quo for those that give away that drink. But it would allow, as the sponsor desired, a tier 2 license at $480 so they could sell the drink.
All right.
So if we can adopt the amendment, and then I have a further one small change to make beyond that if we're willing to do that.
All right. So the other small changes to the underlying bill?
It would be a change to the amendment, yes, once we adopt the amendment.
Change to the amendment?
Yes.
Okay.
Procedurally, Mr. Jones, should we do the amendment first?
Yes.
Yeah.
So yes, Senator Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. A question for Senator Murphy. Has liquor enforcement looked at this?
I do not believe they have. It hit my inbox this morning about 9:15. But I would just say that this accomplishes the goals set out by the sponsor. The commission was at the hearing. I didn't hear them oppose. And in fact, the further change that I would like to make will address the one question that they had, which was the management training seminar as opposed to just a generic beverage service testing or training.
Oh,
Of course.
my question is solely if there's something like this someplace else in law that would be better, a better regulatory mechanism than this, but you might know those laws better than.
The liquor commission, liquor statutes and alcohol statutes are an absolute mess. There's about 38 different kinds of licenses already.
So are we messier or getting better with this?
We're not doing it, making it any worse. Cleaning them up, I would love in my heart of hearts to have a single kind of license for liquor and beer and wine in the state with one fee and one process, and that would be terrific. It would save a lot of paper. But, I mean, do you know that if you have 2 tennis courts, you can get a liquor license? If you have an Alpine luge, you can have liquor. I mean, it's a ridiculous maze of liquor license types. This is not unusual. This is how it's been done for 100 years, which is part of the problem.
Thank you.
So let me get this right. I can go 60 miles an hour in a luge and be buzzed.
Correct.
Seemed like a great idea. All right.
I'm thinking Avatash thought it was a great.
Yes, sir.
So I'm in favor of the bill. I'm in favor of the amendment, but my fear is that we just should wait for liquor to have a take on this because, you know, what Senator Murphy said is right. I mean, liquor laws in the state are a mess and licensing is a mess. And my fear is if they haven't seen this, maybe we're dipping our toe somewhere we shouldn't be. Maybe just hold off till liquor can take a peek at it.
Well, that would give you an opportunity, Senator Murphy, to make the adjustment to the amendment.
Mr. Chairman, it has a fiscal note.
So
I'm not,
not finance.
it would go to finance. You know, I'm more concerned about deadlines and making sure that
Okay.
we're not going to fall behind.
I'm fine. Let it rip.
Okay. Oh, so we have to do this today.
Yes.
Thank you for that. I forgot that.
Well,
already.
never mind that.
Yes. Oh, okay.
So it can get fixed in finance, any fix that
Absolutely.
needs,
Yeah.
okay, just for the public to
And
know.
I'm happy to bring that fix to finance.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay,
If the liquor commission has any issue, and I doubt they will based on my conversations with them, but yeah, that should give us a little assurance that it'll be okay. So Aaron, procedure wise, vote on the amendment, then a committee amendment to the amendment, then vote on the bill.
We have a motion and it's the
Yep. I'll second it. All right, and this is amendment 0993S from Senator Murphy. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, very good. And your adjustment to the amendment, Senator.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Page 2, line 1. I would like that to read, or I would move that read, the licensee, striking the words, and all of his or her employees, the licensee shall complete a management training seminar offered by the commission.
Ah. Okay.
Period, and strike the rest of that sentence. The commission, and I know this from experience, the commission does keep records of who attends
Yes.
their seminars. There's no reason for the licensee to be responsible for keeping records. The commission does that. And it makes no sense to me to have all employees.
I couldn't agree more.
There may be somebody that comes in the morning and cleans.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, what really matters is you can have Meadowbrook doesn't have every employee attend their seminars. It's the management that needs to attend the seminar.
Yep.
And that's
I
what
agree.
it does.
And thinking back to when I was in the hospitality business actively, management got trained in the liquor commission training, but not every employee did. The housekeepers didn't need to go.
Right.
Right. Yeah. Okay. All right. So we have the suggested amendment here as a committee amendment. We don't need to move that. We do.
I
So
would-
Senator Murphy
I move
moves it.
Second.
We have a second from Senator Reardon. All in favor of the committee amendment to the amendment 0993S, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? All right, and now we have the bill itself. Senate Bill 669, we have a motion and a second. All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Full consent.
Second. All in favor of consent, please say aye.
Aye.
And any opposed? Senator Murphy, would you take this one out for
Yes,
us?
Mr. Chairman.
All right. Very good. Next up, so House Bill 297. Senator McHugh, I'm going to let you run with this one. You have an amendment to it.
I'll move on to pass to get it
All
started.
right. Do we have a second on ought to pass? We have a second from Senator Fenton. Senator McHugh, the mic is yours.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. This bill was originally, in fact, I think you introduced it on behalf of the sponsor. It was requested by the insurance department to clean up a few things and allow the self-funded health plans, the ERISA plans, to get access to their own claims. What happens is, on occasion, the third-party administrator, the TPA utilized by one of those plans, may deem that data to be proprietary and may either not release it or may charge for it. So this bill, the underlying bill, fixes that. And the amendment is on topic, but a little bit different. So same but different. It relates to peer-to-peer review. It fixes a small thing that was probably unintentionally created, or just the dynamic has changed over a couple of years since the great work by our colleague Senator Ricciardi was done on the prior authorization bill. That was Senate Bill 561, for those of you that remember. It left a very small, not a loophole, but it created an inefficiency in resolving a doctor-to-doctor phone call, otherwise known as peer-to-peer. So the example is this, or a number of examples could be anything like this. You might go to your surgeon, your orthopod, your neurosurgeon, and they may order imaging or a small procedure, biopsy or something, while you're in the room. They click on the computer, bedside computer. It gets sent in, and a prior authorization is requested, and sometimes algorithmically that can get immediately denied, or additional information is requested, so it's sort of a preliminary denial. Current law allows for a minimum of one internal review from the plan. Some plans provide two, and then the external review is the third. So there's 3 reviews on any requested service like this. The peer-to-peer process, so your doctor talking on your behalf, the one who knows you the best, to their doctor, to the plan that you're paying for, that peer-to-peer review process aims to resolve a lot of these things more quickly, get people to care, to interact into the healthcare system faster. In the language that was passed in 461, you forfeit your right to the peer-to-peer, the doctor-to-doctor conversation, once you click the button or just acknowledge that, yes, you want to do an appeal. And it's a very small bit, but it's a very crucial bit. So if you want to have the ability to have your doctor speak for you to your plan all throughout the review process. So it doesn't mandate anything, doesn't mean that they have to make a decision differently or faster. They can still deny it, but it gives you a longer window for your doctor to speak on your behalf. And that's ultimately good for the patient. It's good for the efficiency of the healthcare, gets that determination done faster, saves everybody a lot of time and money. You can still go to external review, but that's like, if they deny you, that's like going to trial without even considering a settlement, if you will.
Senator Ricciardi, you have a question?
Yes, if you'll take my question.
Of course.
So when I did the bill for prior authorization, it did cover peer-to-peer review. This change that you're making, did you talk to the Commissioner of Insurance about this?
Yes, we have. In fact, in the other body, they are working on this, I think literally as we speak, on some portion of this. And just to make sure it does get accomplished, I brought this little bit of it here. And if you looked at, I have 561, the chapter law up on my screen, and that's where it talks about once the appeal is begun, the appeal process has begun. And let me clarify, appeal and internal review, 2 different things, right? There's up to 3 level review process, 2 internal, 1 by law, a 2nd often provided, and the 3rd is the external review. This, once they make a denial and you say, I want to appeal that, under the current language, the current chapter law, you can't have a doctor-to-doctor conversation. Some plans may choose to do that. They may choose to give you more than what you're entitled to. So there's nothing that says a plan can't have it. Can't have a doctor-to-doctor call after the appeal process has begun. But it does say in the statute, until the appeal is initiated. And that's what we want to change. We just want to give patients who may not even know their claim has been denied, or just instinctively says, of course I'd like to appeal that. I really think I need the MRI. I really think I need the biopsy, as opposed to just a blood test to determine whether my lesion they found on MRI is malignant or not. That's a very, very real example. That you might find, an incidental adenoma or some kind of lesion that they believe to be benign for a lot of reasons on imaging, but the confirmatory test would be biopsy. But if on imaging, on good high contrast imaging, you might see defined margins, lipid profile, meaning if the tumor is fatty, the lesion is fatty, it's not likely cancerous. So there's a lot of things that they can say where okay, this is probably not a cancerous lesion, but if it's an incidental finding and there's an adenoma on your liver or your gland, I'm sure you'd probably like to have a biopsy done. And that allows for your doctor to talk to their doctor beyond that initial, as soon as you hit appeal, right? So it's a really simple fix and it's good for patients. It doesn't cost, we're not asking the insurance department to change a bunch of, processes or rules. And some of this came to light after the tragic events of the United Healthcare executive being assassinated. That's where some of these particular things came to light in terms of they're not, I hate to call them delay tactics because it's not always deliberate. And I would not accuse anyone of doing it deliberately, but it just happens. And this is a way to eliminate some of that delay, especially when life-saving care is there. And so I think it's a really important addition to this, and it's germane. So I appreciate the committee's support on it.
Okay. Senator Shardy, good?
I'm good, thank you.
All right. Senator Reardon.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. I will say, although both of these ideas, data from claims that we had a public hearing on, and the section of Senator McHugh's memo here about portability, the section 420G11, although they're close in the statute, they are a quantum leap apart in subject matter here. What Senator McHugh says may all be true. I don't think he's a physician qualified to be making the claims he's making. This peer-to-peer review could be exactly what we need, but we haven't had a public hearing on it. I would like to hear from experts about that, and maybe you personally have had those conversations, Senator, but the committee hasn't had those conversations. So although it might be the greatest thing since sliced bread, I'm not comfortable with it on a bill that's really about getting claims data so we can make better decisions in self-funded plans.
Senator Shardy.
And this is the first time I've seen this amendment, so I'm a little nervous about reading through it. Line 20 talks about a similar specialty. There's no definitions of what similar is, what qualifies as similar. Are we talking about, is a general surgeon the same as an orthopedic surgeon? Is an anesthesiologist the same as a pain management doctor? So that, without definitions there, that scares me. And then, if insurers must match a specialty match physician, we're looking at timing delays here, which can also delay treatment approvals. Peer-to-peer reviews take longer. I'm a no on this amendment, but I would vote for the underlying bill.
I'll just give you a little bit of information on that. In the good work in the prior auth bill, the peer-to-peer review process was defined, and that same or similar issue that you asked for is already in statute. That has been addressed. And this actually makes it a little bit easier for the plan because previously there was discussion about having, you had to be currently practicing. At least now you can use consultants or retired physicians. You don't have to be currently practicing, but the same or similar, and those items are addressed in. If you give me a minute, I'll pull it up chapter and verse.
Just to follow up on that, if we're talking about the specialty doctor, that's very limited in New Hampshire. We're a rural state. We don't have these doctors everywhere in New Hampshire.
That's exactly why we want to make it same or similar, and make it easier. And peer-to-peer does the opposite of delaying; it expedites. That's a good thing.
Is the similar though?
What's that?
Where is that defined in statute?
All right, I'll find you. It's in 172, the chapter law, but I have it right here.
I'm going to cut this off for just a second. Senator Ricciardi, if you have something brief, but what I'd like to do with this is hold it. Let's do a hearing on the amendment, get the department here, and make sure we've got this right. I'm sensitive to the comments that have been made, and
Thank you.
we just want to be sure. We've got plenty of time on this one. We have until April. So Senator McHugh, let's get them in here, and Aaron will get that scheduled sometime out in the future.
Mr. Chairman, there is a fiscal note, but it's at zero, I think.
Yes, yeah, it's not going to finance here. It might be waived.
Most bills, I don't think that deadline's till April.
Yeah, so we have.
Thank you.
We have plenty, the FN deadline for Senate bills is today.
Thank you.
But House bills, we have a lot more time.
We have to remove our ought to pass motion.
Yeah, we did have an ought to pass motion on the table.
So we can vote on, that's why I
No, we
withdraw the
don't,
motion.
we don't want to vote on it. Who made the
No.
motion?
Oh, I think I did.
You seconded it.
So I'll withdraw that then, thank
All
you.
right, and you'll both withdraw
Yeah.
those? Okay, very good. All right, thank you.
My brief comment was to
Yes.
suggest what you just suggested,
Great.
because as the stakeholders that I worked with on prior auth was months of everyone coming to the table, and I would feel more comfortable knowing that we have due process.
Yep, okay. I appreciate that. Thank you all. That's
Thank you very much.
that's why we're here. All right, House Bill 396 I love, but there is an amendment to it. I'm not comfortable with the amendment yet. So I want to give this a little more time to dry age, if that's all right.
Oh, my gosh.
What you did there.
All right. And the last one is House Bill 1196, which was repealing the State Housing Champion Designation and Grant Program. I must make an ITL motion.
I second that.
All right.
Mr. Chairman,
Yes.
I do have a potential amendment that I think you might be happy with. But
Okay.
we have plenty of time with that. Can
We
hold
do have time with it.
that? Mind if we hold that?
We can hold the vote.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll withdraw my motion.
thank you very much.
Yeah.
I'll withdraw the second.
Okay. All right. Anything further for the good of the order?
No.
I'll take a motion to come out of exec.
So moved.
Second.
And we have a second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion to adjourn?
Moved.
Second. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you all.
Appreciate it very much.
Thank you very much.
Is this 297?